good people? Welcome to another episode of the Strategically Reckless Podcast. I am your host, Jay Brown, aka Mr. 710, and we are back up in this thing once again. Yeah. Hey, you can tell my energy is at an all-time high today because your boy got an empty house right now, so I can be loud and reckless as I want to be without worrying about waking up no kids or bothering my wife or anything like that. Look, we got a lot to get in, not a lot of time to do it. Y'all probably might be tuned in to the national championship game right now, but it doesn't matter because I'm still doing my thing. Yeah. So listen, good people. Man, I'm telling you, I want to thank everybody for listening on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, anywhere, Audible, anywhere that you can listen to your podcast, you can get your boy. Pretty much anywhere. Also, we want to thank you for watching on Facebook Live, on Instagram, or wherever, on YouTube Live, however it is you listening. We thank you. Thank you. And we thank you. But look, since last week, it's been crazy. It's been super crazy. Last week while I was on the air, I was getting messages. Yo, this is crazy about this football thing. This shouldn't have happened. Da 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 da. I don't watch TV while I'm on air so that I can make sure that I'm 100% engaged and locked in with the conversation that we're having and everything like that. And so I missed the Damar Hamlin. I missed the real time. Now, there's a part of me that's glad that I missed the real time. And there's another part of me that was just like, to take in those emotions of everything that happened as it was happening in real time is, that's one of those things that you remember when you saw it happen. Like anybody who was watching the football game on last Monday, the Bills versus Bengals, they're not going to forget that. They're going to remember where they were, how they felt when that hit took place. And, the crazy part about it was one of those hits that it happens all the time in games. And he just happened to be the one on that day to get hit in the perfectly right way in order for that to happen. Now, you're seeing the emotions of all the guys on the football field, and you're like, all right, this is different from just an injury. Like, we've all seen gruesome injuries, and this is different. That was different. Like, somebody died. Like, dude's heart stopped. When they had to hit you with the CPR, they trying to bring you back. When they trying to hit you, like, it ain't no CPR. Like when Paul George broke his leg, you just got to get carried off. And that was a basketball injury. When Theismann got hurt, when Tua got slammed down and got the super concussion, it was rough. It was crazy, right? Everybody saw him stumble, and it was just an injury. It was just another injury. And so, we used to concussions. We used to CTE. We used to, those type of things happening, seeing older football players struggle to get around a little bit. Like those things we see because we know that it's a rough game. But since his last week, my man has been recovering. He's talking and tweeting, and they are talking about releasing him within the next couple of days. So shout out to everybody who had a part in bringing this man back and nursing him back to health, whether it's via prayer, whether it's via a text, a call, a tweet. The guys that went out there and did that CPR. Shout out to everybody who had a part in getting this young man back. Don't know if he'll ever play football again. not important. Football is not important. This man is alive. You get a second chance, brother. A lot of people don't get. Chance a lot of people don't get, but I am glad he is okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Speaking of okay, I was not okay this past weekend at all. At all. And when I tell you I was not okay in a different kind of way. And part of the reason was because these kids be wearing me out. Like if it ain't the girls, it's the boy. If it ain't the boy, it's the girls. Like they take turns. And you know what? The youngest girl, she's gonna be baby girl. The older sister is gonna be, her name is Puda. I'm just gonna call her Puda. Y'all know we can't use real names. And then the other boy, the boy is the boy. Like, you know, they all gotta have nicknames while they on the show because I can't use their regular names. But when I tell you, Friday night, we put the girls down at 8:30. We put them down for bed at 8:30. We was feeling real good about ourselves. It was a nice night. We were kind of wore out, but it was a nice night. Cool evening. The boy went to bed a little bit after 9. Cool. Adult time. At least we thought. It didn't happen. Wasn't no adult time. We retired. We retired. When we put the kids to bed, we tired. Don't like none of that. And so, but when we put the girl down, we going upstairs and went to bed. I'm in a decent sleep. At 12:15, Puda is crying like hell. You check the baby monitor. She's clearly not dying. Ooh. Quiet! This hateration. I'm here by myself, and they can't help it. Last week, it was the baby crying. Let me see, who was that crying? It might have been Puda crying last week. It could have been baby girl. I'm not sure. But the backstory to her crying is Puda has this thing where she likes to suck her index finger. Yeah, she's an index finger sucker. Not the thumb, the index. Most kids like the thumb. Don't know what's so delicious about the thumb. Don't know what's so soothing about it. Mine suck. It's been a whole lot of basketball injuries and a whole lot of other stuff. But this index finger is what she be getting down on. She get down on her index finger and she don't just put the tip in. She put it all the way to the knuckle. The whole finger, the finger be in her mouth. Now, pull it out, she put it right back in. Take it out, put it right back in. So my wife bought these gloves. They some gloves that fit over your palm, but it covers the index and the thumb. Great idea, whoever came up with that. It's kind of a mesh glove, so it's not super uncomfortable. It's not super uncomfortable or restrictive to move it, but it has a piece of felt on the tip of the finger and on the tip of the thumb. Great idea. Until the girl tries to go to sleep and she tries to soothe herself with said index finger. She can't put that thing in her mouth. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want to put this glove thing in my mouth. I don't think it tastes like anything, but it's not her regular finger. Listen, she cried. And she cried. And she cried. And so he was like, all right, let's go check on her. Let's go rub her back, soothe her a little bit. get her back into her sleep. Get her back into the sleep. It was on me. I woke up first. My wife, I think she intentionally sleeps with earplugs in. She blaming on me snoring. I don't believe that 100%. I snore a little bit sometimes when I'm really, really tired. Or when I'm mad at her and I want to keep her up all night. Or if she didn't put me to sleep, if she ain't put me to sleep, then I might be snoring. She got to put your boy to sleep. If she don't do that, it's highly possible that I might snore. Note to self, baby. Note to self. Just want to let you know. Note to self. Write it down. Take a picture. But listen, she cried for about 3 hours straight. I'm talking about blaring. She died a little bit that night. Sure she did. We went back and forth checking on her. Like we would give her, like I went in after about 25 minutes of crying. That's a lot of crying for me. I went in, checked on her, came back. We was gonna let her cry it out. All right. My wife went back in there probably about 45 minutes after that. She's still at the top of her lungs. What we did was, we was like, we gonna take baby girl out of there and let Pooter have it. Pooter, you got it? Go ahead and fuss, baby girl. You got it. You got it 100%. You can cry. Baby girl didn't wake up. Pooter was still going. Still going. I even went in there and picked her up a little bit. She was about 2 hours in the crying. I went and picked up a little bit, hit her with the, oh, baby girl, it's gonna be all right. Come on, girl, let me just put your hair right here. Put your hair right there. She got quiet. Rubbed her back a little bit. Stood there for about 2 minutes, which probably wasn't long enough, because I don't know all the baby tactics to get them to be quiet. I just want to tell you to be quiet and let that do the trick. Quiet, girl. I'm trying to get some sleep in here. She didn't stop crying till 2:45 a.m. That's when I finally stopped hearing it. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people that, like, if I hear a baby crying, I hear distress, I can't relax on that. My wife can sleep right through it, but she got the earplugs in. Now, we finally get to sleep. It's 3 o'clock. I done been up since 3. I'm not one of those people that can sleep in. I'm not a sleep in person, so when I'm at 6:45, 7 o'clock, I am up. I don't need an alarm. Like when my sleep cycle is regular, I don't need an alarm to be up at 6:20. I'm up at 6:20 for no reason. I can go to bed. I could go to bed at 3:30 and wake up at 6:20. Problem with that? I'd be in a shitty mood. Oh my gosh. I'd be in a shitty mood. I'm one of those guys. Coffee don't help. I just need time to pass. I'm in a shitty mood. Just something that people have to deal with because in this situation, I have nobody to be mad at. Can't be mad at my wife. Can't be mad at the kid. Can't be mad at Pooter. Can't be mad at baby girl. Can't be mad at the boy or the dogs. Actually, you know what? I was mad at the dogs one day. Side story. I was mad at the dogs one day. I'm sleeping. I sleep on my 1/3 of the bed. Maybe it's probably less than that now. It's probably about 25% of the bed. So I'm kind of hanging off the edge. The middle dog, Pebbles, came and laid right on the side of the bed. She got out of her bed, laid on the side of my bed, and farted. The fart was so rough, it woke me up out of my sleep like, did somebody just shit in here? I know you didn't. I looked at my wife. I blamed my wife immediately. I know you didn't. But it was so strong, but it was close to me. I look over the edge of the bed. She got her ass laying down there. I woke her ass up. Get your ass up. Go lay down. Get away from my bed. Get your. I could have put her outside behind that. I definitely could have done that. I should have. I envy people who can sleep through stuff. Like, baby girl could sleep through Puda crying like hell. My brother can sleep in. I don't know how he can sleep in. My wife sleeps through stuff. I wake on everything. I fart and I wake up. Shit, hey, just make sure I wasn't aiming it towards her. I got sleep consideration for the most part. My pops wouldn't agree. But I was tired that the last time me and my dad went for a bowling tournament. We shared a room. He was in the bed. I was on the couch. I wasn't comfortable. I was snoring like hell. My bad, Pops. That's my bad. That's my bad. But my sleep cycle has been messed up since then. It's probably gonna be trash for about a week until I get myself back right. But it didn't stop there. And I tell you, if it ain't one, it's the other one. It's always one. So the boy been asking me for a mohawk for about 2 months. And I'm like, the barbershop name is Slicks, Lines, Low Evens, and Facial Hairstyles. Why are you trying to remix the barbershop? Do you hear mohawks in there? Do you hear fades? Boy, I can cut you a Mr. T and you're going to get roasted when you go to school the next day. I promise. I messed up his hair one time so bad. But I did that one on purpose because he was lying to me. I called it the lie. But I messed it up real bad. Like, I'm talking about, like, patches. Bat. All right, I'm done. He didn't think I was done, but I was done for real. But, so when I was like, all right, so, I just wanted to check with him, see what he actually wanted. Hey, buddy, what kind of haircut you want? All right, so I want a mohawk, but I want the sides down a little low, touch the top just a little bit, and then I want you to do a design in the back and put a line in it. So you sound like, wait, okay, so bald. All right. No, Mr. Jason. I said a mohawk, but I want the sides down a little bit, touch the top, give me a design, and then a line. Like, sounds a lot like bald to me. Why you don't want to be bald? Why you don't want to be bald, kiddo? I just don't want to be bald. You hating on baldness? Are you player hating baldness? Do you see how cool I am? Listen, do not be one of those guys when you get to be older who be hanging on to it and you out here looking like James Brown that's on CBS or Stephen A with that joint pushed all the way back because you trying not to come on home. Trust me, you gonna have to, when it's time for you to come on home, boy, you better come on home. That's gonna be worse. Hell, I was bald. I cut my hair when we were living in Carroll Stream at the time. My mom bought me some clippers and I went in the bathroom like, I got this, partner. I got this. Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. I tore my head up. They had to take me to the barbershop so that they could fix it. I trashed my hair. I trashed it. But back to his haircut. I started up. So I'm like, all right, he been good over these last couple weeks. I'm gonna try to give him this haircut that he asked for. Lady me pull up YouTube. So I pulled up YouTube. I found this burst fade mohawk tutorial. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and I watched it. I watched it and was cutting in real time, yo. I didn't even watch it first and then go try to do it. I do it like I watch videos when I'm trying to fix stuff. I do it in real time. Like I watch just like 2 minutes of the video and be like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. So I'm cutting his hair. I'm cutting it. Bam, 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 bam. I'm watching the video, cutting his hair, watching the video, cutting his hair. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This looks like the beginning of the burst fade. This looks like his hair. Except he got more hair than the boy. But I got you. Next thing you know, he starts crying. He starts crying like hell. And I'm like, what's going on, buddy? Like, why are you crying? No reason. What you mean? Like, I don't understand. Why are you crying? No reason. All right. So long story short, I'm sitting up here cutting his hair. I'm getting frustrated because he's crying. I feel like I'm doing a good job using this tutorial because he can't see it. I'm sitting up here, blah, 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 I'm looking at him, I'm looking at him. Listen, the cut, if I had to grade the cut at that point when he started crying, I was probably at a C-. It was my first time. But I was like, listen, fam, you have to stop all this crying. There's no reason crying is messing up my cutting abilities. Like, I cannot be held responsible for what happens to this haircut if you don't stop crying. You know what? Get up. Get out of my chair. Go outside. Go outside and get it out. Get it all out, because the baby is upstairs asleep. You better not wake up this baby. Now look, we got a sleeping baby. You got a game at 4 o'clock. We gonna get this haircut done. Actually, no, the game was at 1. We gonna get this haircut done. He went outside for a little while. My wife went to go talk to him. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the clock. Like, I still gotta take a shower. I still ain't done with this hair. And now I'm mad though. I'm boiling because at this point, I done moved it from a C- up to a C+, yo. Like I'm getting after it. I ain't even got to the lineup yet. But all the fade action that's going on back there, all of that's intact. For my first one, I did that. I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back. Listen, he finally came back in. He came back in, but he wasn't done crying. But I was like, yeah, I don't give a damn about none of that. You said it was for no reason, so I don't feel bad. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting. You better stay still. You out here. Hey, that's your line. It's on the line. It's your line. So you better keep it. You better keep your head still. Hey, listen. When I finish the cut, I'm gonna give myself an 83%. My blending still needs it ended up being more of a regular haircut. It ended up being more of just a flat out fade than, what would be a mohawk. He ain't got a lot of hair on top. And so I'm just trying, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on, but he finally told me what was going on, and truth be told, I hope that he don't get roasted today at school. I hope not. It's quite possible, but I hope not. Because I think I did a pretty good job. Like I didn't use no rubber band. I ain't use no ball, anything like that. Like it was a real solid cut. Also, on the topic of kids, listen. I was going to visit my mom the other day, and I was driving through this little town, and I saw this sign outside. Look like the little LED billboards that says, like they got the school name on it, and then whatever's going on at the school that week, whether it's kids out of school, PTA meetings, or whatever. On this particular one, it's a school in Morrow. I believe it's Morrow. Could be Rex. I think it's in Rex, Georgia. Clear backpacks only. And I was confused. I was like, damn, clear backpacks only. I think it was a middle school. But I was like, damn, it done got that bad? It's gotten that bad that y'all need to have clear backpacks only? Shit. Like, that's rough. Clear backpacks only. I don't know about that one now. I don't know about that. But then, like a day or two later, I saw where a 6-year-old in Virginia shot his teacher. And now I'm trying to think. I was like, hey, when I was six, I was in the first grade. At 6, I don't think I was mad enough at anything to go get a gun, especially at my teachers. Like, we didn't do nothing in the first grade. Like, all we did was color and write. That was it. At 6 years old, I think I could read then a little bit. He's barely doing math. You still getting stars and circles and E's and E's for effort and stuff like that. Like, you ain't even really getting no real grades in the first grade. And so I was trying to figure out, like, hey, what the hell? What the hell happened? I had so many questions that I did not know exactly how I wanted to phrase said questions because none of it made sense. Like, all right, it still don't make sense. I don't even want to go into the questions that I have because some of them they're not even gonna come out right. Like, all right, why does a 6-year-old have access to a gun? Why did this 6-year-old feel the need to take said gun to school and aim it at the teacher? What the hell did this teacher do in order to get a 6-year-old to be like, hey, I'm getting ready to let one off? If he was cognizant, if the 6-year-old was cognizant about what was actually going to happen. And so, yeah, I saw the story on Twitter, which is a weird place. It's an interesting place. Twitter is an interesting place because you have a lot of unfiltered opinions, and most of them should be kept to themselves, need to be kind of filtered out. But that's kind of what Twitter is. But debating fault via Twitter felt so asinine. Like, you got people on there blaming the kid, you got people on there blaming the gun and the teacher. And I'm like, no, hey, this ain't the time to be blaming. We need to figure out a solution. We need to figure out the why. I don't know if like, okay, clear backpacks help. But listen, okay, I've had kids try to take stuff out, unauthorized things out of the house to school, whether it was a pocket full of raw Cheerios. Why are you putting raw Cheerios in your pocket? Busted. Bandanas, busted. All of my mom's belts, busted. When the boy was trying to have a belt fashion show or start up a wrestling federation at the school, and so he was trying to make some of my mom's belt be the WCW World Tag Team Championship belts. Like these things, I feel like, but these were older kids. I say I know, but I have a pretty good idea about what comes in and goes out of this house. I'm not sitting around thinking that, hey, we don't even allow any of the kids outside of the babies to be anywhere close to the same vicinity in which any weapon would be. Whether it's a knife, our knives are locked up. The strap is locked up. It's put away. You can't get to it. I mean, it's part of the rules that you got to follow as a foster parent. Like, you got to have one part of your gun. You got to have a clip over there, and you got to have the gun locked up over there. So if somebody trying to break into your house, you got to let them know, like, hey, fam, hold on. Before you break in, let me get my strap so I can air this shit out right quick before you actually come up there and try to do something to me. We've had that conversation with our caseworkers and with DFACs and stuff like that. I get it. I understand it. We've been lucky up to this point that nobody has tried to, I feel like somebody has tried it, but that nobody has actually really, really tried it. But I was trying to think about solutions, and I'm like, all right, clear backpacks, but a kid stick one down in his jacket. Are they patting down kids at school? That would be weird to be getting patted down as a second grader, as a third grader, as a first grader. They gotta to make sure that you, my friend, you also, homeschool. I think COVID ruined homeschool. The thought of homeschool for the people who ain't about that school life like that, COVID ruined the hell out of that. Like, they are not. You talk about having kids stay home, and I'm one of those people that if they talking about, hey, when the kids had to be home for the Warnock Walker runoff, I was like, hold on, fam. This don't make sense. Yeah, they was home but still doing virtual schooling. They don't need to be home for that. Send them to school. Because when I saw it, I said they're gonna be at home. Not here for it. I'm not here for it at all. But I don't know what the solution is. It can't be like, well, what about Chicago? What about the guns in Chicago? A 6-year-old kid, fam. Nino Brown would stand up and say, ain't no Uzis made in Harlem. What's the fix? I don't know. It's crazy. You know what else is crazy? I saw this video. And the caption of the video was, this is why I can't date anybody outside of my culture, because to me, this is just a dance. I wish I had this video for you to share, but the video was some Caribbean music playing in the background, and there was some high level grinding going on in said background. I'm talking about like boo, 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 like straight. If clothes burning was a real thing, like I'm talking about, dude was just like pounding, grabbing her by the waist, pop, 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 thrust, pelvic thrust. Bobby Brown would have been proud of that pelvic thrust. Pop, 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 pop. These are the same moves when you are trying to make a baby. Pop, 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 pop. And then they had the girls back there, they were just twerking, popping it, popping it, popping it, popping it. And so I was thinking to myself, like, listen, okay, you say in your culture, y'all can dance like this on somebody else that's not your significant other, and everybody in the scenario is cool with it. They know what it is, even though it looks like a whole bunch of like, there's a lot of that. Bop, 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 bop. This is crazy. I did not like, and so I posted it. And I was like, baby, I tagged my wife in it. And I was like, see, this right here. I'm off the top rope, Superfly Jimmy Snuka on that whole scenario. Because it looked way too much like, it would look way too much. I can't even get my sexy saxophone music to play right now. Because that's what it was. That's what it looked like to me. Now, and I'm not too far removed from my old college days. That when I got behind some young lady and my hands went behind my head, you knew what it was. You knew what it was. I was trying to make you feel this meat. I want you to feel the meat. I want you to be like, hey, what you doing back there? What you doing back there, man? I see you. I feel you. What you doing back there, young man? That's what I wanted the girls to say. Yeah. My high five my boy. Pow! You see this thrust, boy? You see how I'm pounding this booty? But while I was in a relationship, I wasn't dancing on people like that. And I know it's a different culture. I don't know, even if I was in that culture, to think about another dude's meat on my girl's booty and she's having a good time with it. Pop, 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 pop. Just something about that just isn't working for me. It's just not like, I don't even think my wife, I know that my wife wouldn't be cool with this. She's a bum dancer. She's not as she used to be. And when she was doing her ballroom thing, she was not only dancing, like she was teaching some women the steps, but she was also dancing with suits. My whole thing with this was like, these dudes need to watch. They need to watch where their hands go, and they need to watch where that pelvis is. Ain't gonna be no pressing of the meat up on the wolf. I ain't going. Again, I'm not going. You're not. I don't want to see no parts of the pressing of the meat on the wolf. You know, watch them hands. But I've also, I've told the story before where this guy, asked her to be her dance partner in one of these little tournament things that they were having, one of these dance competitions, and he had to preface his invite to do that with, hey, the last woman's husband, I had to whoop his ass. The last lady I danced with, I had to whoop her husband's ass. Like, for what? For what? Because that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. Because apparently something didn't look right. I don't care what you say. Something didn't look right, sir. You might have been out of pocket. And if dude didn't like it for whatever reason, unless he came up and just ran up on you for no reason, which I highly doubt, hey man, you did something. I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. But I told my wife that is a bad idea for you to dance with this dude, because it ain't just gonna be no whooping of my ass. It's gonna be, hey, sorry. Let me just dead this situation right now, because I see it going bad immediately. I saw it from the beginning. It was going bad. I feel like it's just disrespectful if you got a significant other. No, don't come in here with all that, girl. But look, speaking of things going bad, so it wasn't last week, but New Year's is starting to get a little bit of traction, right? Dana White on New Year's was videoed slapping his wife back. The unfortunate part about this video is, like, yes, he came out and he apologized right away. I'm sorry. That is unacceptable. I should never have done anything like that. I can't believe I let this happen. I would never do anything like that. And there has been next to no coverage on that, except for a little bit that ESPN did. And here's the bad part. So the headline: Dana White video hitting wife on New Year's or something like that. All right, that's the truth. That's true. Well, ESPN, Stephen A. and Molly covering this story, and Stephen A. got his ass handed to him back during the Ray Rice situation, when he went on that rant about, and it's still on YouTube, about you can't provoke a man to do this and all the, and I don't remember if Ray Rice's wife hit him or not. It's not that important at this moment in time. But he went on this whole rant about provoking. You can't provoke, you can't do this, you can't do that. Okay. And then he had to come back and apologize. I shouldn't have said provoke. I shouldn't have done this. And, I got family members and this and that. I was raised by my wives and sisters, and we all know what I would have done if someone had to put their hands on my mom or some of the women in my life. So I apologize for using that type of language, provoke, because there is no reason. There is no reason. Fast forward to today. And I say today, but 2023, they allow Molly to hop on there and talk about, hey, you know what? Dana White, I love Dana White. They both like, Dana White's my friend. I love Dana White and this and that, da-da-da. And, it's an unfortunate incident, and I have the utmost respect for Dana White. And he, in that situation, it's really unfortunate when alcohol gets involved, and, But everybody needs to be responsible for their actions. Even his wife needs to be responsible for her actions as well. Being responsible for your actions sounds like diet provoke to me. It sounds like a diet provoke. This is the nicest way you can say, hey, don't hit him first, and you probably wouldn't have got hit second. Didn't like it. I ain't like that at all. And they got away with it. They got away with it. And they done kind of swept it up under the rug. They was like, swept that right on up under the rug. They're talking about, I don't want to judge people by their worst moments, as if the Ray Rices of the world had a whole bunch of horrible moments before then that he didn't get his ass handed to him and his livelihood taken from him over that moment in that elevator. You're welcome. That's what happens depending on who it is. And y'all talking about somebody's worst moments, and I think it's pretty sad that the Ray Rice situation wasn't too long ago. I mean, it was long enough. Like, this man been out of a job for a while, but he ain't dead. Ain't no white. Anyway, there was another story out about Gabrielle Union and her first husband. And one of the things that came out in that story about Gabrielle Union and the first husband, in the headline read, Gabrielle Union felt like it was okay to cheat on her first husband because she was the breadwinner, or something else. So I'm paraphrasing, but I'm like, yo, and so of course, Twitter being that wonderful, interesting place that it is, you had dudes on there like, is this what we can do? As the breadwinner, we get this license? And we got women on there like, oh, I make more money than my dude. I could have been cheating. I could have been for the streets. You had dudes that didn't make as much money as they women looking like, oh, hell. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Shit. Like, this is bad. What it didn't say, and what we talking about, the headline. The headline was what it was, but in the meat of the story, when Buddy was making money and out here, as the breadwinner, he was in them streets. Now, I personally, I can't forget. I'm not gonna forgive his cheats. I'm not gonna forgive her cheats. It's a half cheat or a whole cheat. Like, a cheat is a cheat, as far as I'm concerned. Look, them dancing videos, all of those are at least half cheats. Those are all half cheats. I'm sorry. 45% cheats. In that dance video, that was at least. If you catch your woman or your dude dancing on somebody like that, at least 45% is cheat. Just go ahead and put that on out there. Put that on out there. If you listen, ladies, if you dancing on a dude, you popping on a dude, and he get about 30% hard, y'all cheating. You cheating. You gotta stop. You should have been dancing on him in the first place, but since you dancing with him and now you done made him hard, 30% cheat. I don't care what y'all say about he should be able to control himself. I don't give a damn about none of that. If I'm dancing with a girl and one of her nips get hard, 30% cheat. Thirty percent. One of her nips get hard, 30%. Hey, But yeah, I found that interesting, and as far as the headline and how the story is being told it's interesting to me. Always has been. That headline, what's gonna make you click? The headline didn't say Dana White slaps his wife back at New Year's party in Mexico. The headline on the Gabrielle Union did not say Gabrielle Union cheated on her husband back as revenge now that she made more money than he was. That's hilarious to me. I don't know why. It shouldn't be, but it is. One of the things, speaking about fighting, before I get out of here, I was watching some boxing this weekend, and I pay attention to nicknames. Like I have my share of nicknames. People call me a little bit of everything, whether it's righty, whether it's slick. It was J-Rock while I was in high school. Like it was always something, right? Righty is because of bowling. My brother is a lefty. Slick, just basketball nickname. I wasn't fast, couldn't jump high, but figured out how to get it done from sneaky tactics. Jake, grandfather called me that. But yeah, with some of these nicknames, Magic Johnson, Air Jordan, Bron, that's the little fanboys, how y'all do it. All of these things, all of these nicknames are amazing, are funny to me. Whether somebody gave it to you or you gave it to yourself, these things are interesting to me. And one of the things, watching boxing, and they were showing the weigh-ins, and there was one guy, he was from another country, but his nickname was White Magic. And I was like, who made up that name? Who made up White Magic? And I think that was the first one that caught my attention, was White Magic. Oh, this is White Magic? Oh, okay. And then there was another one, I think his name was like Demetrius Andrade, but his nickname was Boo Boo. Like, that's his nickname. He had Boo Boo on his shorts. That is one of the most unflattering nicknames that I've ever heard in my life. Boo Boo? Come on, fam. Let's not do these things. Boo Boo. And then you got Gervonta Tank Davis. You got Floyd Money Mayweather. So White Magic, his name is Vito White Magic Milanicki, however you say it. All boxers. I feel like all boxers have some kind of nickname. Whether it's Iron Mike Tyson. Let me see some other things. There's one heavyweight, Big Baby, Deontay, Bronze Bomber Wilder, Sugar Shane Mosley, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson. They use sugar a lot. But I don't. It ain't no rhyme or reason to sugar. Like, I can't be like Jason Sugar Hands Brown. Like, it's not. It just don't flow. Jay Sugar Hands, Sugar J Brown. I don't know about that. Danny Swift Garcia. Don't like that. I hate Boo Boo though. Boo Boo is the worst. Martin Raw Dog Payne. No, that's in the top 3. I'm trying to think of some other. That one hitting a real boxer. Thomas the Hitman Hearns. That's a real solid nickname. Marvelous Marvin Hagler is a solid nickname for a boxer. dang, I'm drawing a blank. I need to on some really good boxing nicknames. Like I want some good boxing nicknames. Greatest boxer nicknames. See if I like those. See if I like what comes up. Damn, yeah, 50? I don't know. I don't even go through 50 now. That's stupid. James Lights Out Tony. He was fat. He was fat in his older days, but that's pretty solid. I like that. That was number one. Thunder got him. James Bone Crutch. I need Boo Boo. Let me throw that away. Motor City Cobra, Boom Boom Mancini. That's pretty solid. Andrew Six Heads Lewis is pretty stupid. That's why he lost a lot. Sweet Pea. Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. We can put that on the top. Some of these other people just wasn't even good enough to have nicknames that people will remember. But what would be your boxing nickname if you had to choose? If you had to make a choice, choose your boxing nickname. What would that be? Oh, the Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya. Marcus Chop Chop. Some of these boxers I ain't never heard of. They just had good nicknames. That was about it. But good people, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. If you hadn't already subscribed to the podcast on iHeartRadio or Spotify or any of those places, if you had not subscribed to the YouTube channel, we greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and just drop a comment on there. Comment for the algorithm. Keep it on up there. Keep it in rotation, man. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, good people, y'all be safe out in these streets. Go Georgia. I'm out.